The Magical Hairstylist's Unicorn. Deep in the whispering woods, inside a giant glowing willow tree, lived a very special man named Sterling. Sterling was a magical hairstylist who wore a sharp black suit and had long, wavy gray hair. Beside him lived his best friend, a unicorn named Prism. Prism's horn was full of rainbow light that made every haircut look like a dream. Every morning, the shop opened with a happy chime. The first visitor today was Brioche, the village baker. Her hair was heavy with white flour and flat from her tall chef's hat. Sterling smiled and draped a soft velvet cape over her shoulders. He picked up his silver comb, ready to help her feel wonderful again. Prism knew exactly how to help. He leaned in and gave a gentle huff, blowing a cloud of lavender-scented steam toward Brioche. As the magical mist touched her hair, the dull strands began to wiggle and bounce. They twisted into perfect golden curls that looked just like the crust of a yummy loaf of bread. Next came Vellum, the town librarian. Her hair was a wild mess of ink-stained knots and forgotten bookmarks. She looked very tired because her hair was so heavy and tangled. Sterling welcomed her with a warm wave and a kind smile, looking at her messy hair and planning a beautiful new style. Prism walked over and touched his soft velvet nose to Vellum's forehead. He made a low, musical humming sound. The sound was so magical that the stubborn knots in Vellum's hair began to loosen all by themselves. Vellum closed her eyes and took a deep breath, feeling peaceful for the first time all day. Sterling took his special starlight scissors and began to snip with a rhythmic click-clack. Prism's horn began to glow with a bright violet light. The unicorn held his head steady, acting like a spotlight so Sterling could see every single hair. Together, they worked like a perfect team to create something new. When the haircut was finished, Sterling held up a mirror. Vellum gasped. Her hair did not look like old paper anymore. Instead, it was smooth and shiny, shifting from deep navy blue to bright turquoise. She felt as light as a feather and did a joyful spin, watching her new hair dance in the light. As the sun began to set, Sterling and Prism closed the heavy doors of the willow tree shop. They walked through the tall grass toward their little cottage. The sky was painted in shades of orange and purple. Even though they were tired from a long day of work, helping their friends always made them feel happy. Back at their cozy cottage, Sterling took care of his best friend. He picked up a brush carved from a fallen star and began to groom Prism's magnificent mane. He brushed out the tangles and tied in tiny silver bells that made a soft jingling sound whenever Prism moved. Under the light of the glowing moon, the hairstylist and his unicorn finally went to sleep. Prism rested his head near Sterling's bed, and Sterling rested his hand on Prism's neck. Tomorrow would bring more hair to style and more magic to share with the world. Good night, Sterling. Good night, Prism.